My name is Marcela. I'm a compulsive eater. I know with total certainty that I'm abstinent because every single day I weigh 3 beautiful meals. I write them, only 3, only with ingredients of the gray sheet. I write them down. I commit them to my sponsor every single day at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I eat everything that I wrote down and nothing more. And in between meals, I don't eat no matter what, no matter where, without exception, wherever I am, in front of whoever I am, in English and in Spanish. Pase lo que pase, sin excepción. If I had planned it forever and ever, like what a perfect 26th of December could be in my life, had I, wrote a letter, like this is exactly what I want on the 26th of December 2022, I wouldn't have come close. I'm Mexican and Jewish, and I had lived in Boston for 25 years. And this meeting right here, right now, it's perfect for the person that I am. I brought, my Hispanic tribe with me, people from La República Dominicana, from Mexico, and I see somebody from Spain, people that understand my language in Spanish and know my culture. And by now, I'm a gringa, I live in New England, I'm married to an American, you're right. So by now, I'm American, the hard, expensive, deliberate way. And overall, and I'm Jewish, so it's wonderful to have somebody from Israel, right? We have different holidays. And overall, and under all this diversity, I am here with my tribe, with people that eat the same way that I eat, from the same ingredients, with similar frequency, with similar quantities, in every single culture all around the planet. It's such a feeling of safety. It's such a feeling of nurturance and care, right? It is such a joy and a pride and comfort. Everything that I wanted, or I thought I wanted, that I didn't even know what I wanted. This is what I wanted. I wanted to belong. And right here, right now, I belong. Before I forget, all of you are cordially invited to our marathon. We are very gregarious people by nature. So we have marathons on New Year on the 31st and 1st. And we do one meeting after the other, after the other, after the other. And if you're worried about the language, worry not. You just show your face and you say, I don't speak Spanish. And you speak and we'll translate for you, and we'll translate on the chat, and we'll make it, and we'll do our very best to make you feel as included, as comfortable, and as welcomed and celebrated as you guys have made us feel in GSA as a whole. So let me see. I am what people, tend to call a very low bottom food junkie. In my many vain attempts to control my food intake, I crossed the line of alcohol, amphetamines, and opioids. And by the end, it was a complete, horrible, dark, suicidal nightmare of alcohol, pills, and an enormous amount of food. And I was living in a nightmare, and I was my own nightmare, and I couldn't wake up. In 2008, I dragged my misery to AA, and I didn't die, I stopped the madness of the drugs and the alcohol. But surprise, surprise, I gained 60 pounds in my first 90 days, which I knew was going to happen, because, food was the original problem. So I didn't die. But the good people of AA told me the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous is going to take care of everything. Just don't die right now, and then we'll deal with the next. So that's what I did. Then in 2011, I found a very detailed, very almost obsessive big book study that deals with food problems. I'm not going to complain because I got better, just better, right? So I was instructed to go to a dark corner and talk to my God and say, please, God, please tell me in 1 second of rigorous honesty, what are the foods that I can eat in safety? So I went to my dark corner and I begged, please, God, tell me what is the good food that I can eat, and came out with a third part of the gray sheet ingredients, a third. I'm not kidding you, right? I didn't ask God for frequency or quantity, right? I got better. I'm not going to complain because I got better. I got a healthy body weight. I've been in a healthy body weight for many years now, and the craving stopped dramatically, right? But deep in my mind, I was very scared of food, very scared, very, very scared. If I started look at this, because this might be compulsive as well, right? I was afraid to enjoy food, right? And so it says that my internet connection is unstable. I hope it holds. And so that went, in 2015, I heard of GreySheeters Anonymous, and I went to the New York Roundup. And I said, well, this is a very interesting food plan, right? This is a complete set of ingredients. And had you asked me in those days, what is GreySheeters Anonymous? I would have told you, GreySheeters Anonymous is a food plan. I would have told you with a straight face, right? GreySheeters Anonymous is a food plan and nothing else, because I didn't know what I didn't know. In 2000 and the pandemic in 21st, I was using the ingredients of GreySheet wrong because I didn't have a sponsor. I was not asking questions. I didn't have veterans. I didn't have my 3 phone calls. I didn't know what I didn't know. So I got a horrible bout of diverticulitis. I needed surgery. I couldn't get a surgery because it was the middle of the pandemic. And I was like scared because I was in such horrible pain. I thought I was going to die of my pain. And I went to my dark corner where God had given me the third of the gray sheet. And I went to my, I said, God, tell me, what am I supposed to be eating right now? And I said, go and find those GreySheeters. They might, help you in your time of. So that's what I did. And I found you guys. First, I found the bridge. Then I found Zoom. And surprise, surprise, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who has digestive problems and food sensitivities and all of that jazz. This time, though, I got a sponsor. I went to GSA meetings. I made my 3 phone calls. I didn't take any independent food decisions, and I weigh and measure without exceptions. And in case of doubt, I left it out until I asked a good, honest to God GreySheeter, what should I do? Okay, so that went well on the 21st of June and the 22nd, and then I learned that you guys have published a book called Living Abstinent. So I live in Boston, as you know, and I bought Living Abstinent, and I said, I'm going to study this book, but because I know that this is a lot better if you do it in a group, I grabbed 5 or 6 compulsive overeaters that speak Spanish, and I said, let's see what these GreySheeters are doing in English. So we got a little Telegram chain that I thought that we were going to be like 10 or 15 people, right? And we're going to read the book and just learn all your secrets, right? And still be in the other fellowship. That's what I thought, honestly. That was my plan. I thought that was going to happen. And instead, this happened just 18 months ago, guys. Instead, we are 400 people. In Yami is helping me to count. I think we are 17 Spanish-speaking countries, including Israel, which is, can you believe that there's a sizable, community of Spanish-speaking people in Israel? Israel, the United States, of course, Spain, the whole Latin America, all the way from Mexico, all the way to Buenos Aires, where Alejandro lives. And so we translated the thing, and then we were 7 months into doing this gig when I said, I was getting a little nervous, and I said, we really don't know what we're doing. We'd better contact World Services. Guys, I had no idea what the meaning of World Services was. And I blessed the day in which my higher power instructed me to contact World Services and write an email saying, you might be interested in knowing that we're 67 Spanish speakers that are doing the gray sheet, and now people are getting gray sheet abstinent in Spanish. And World Services wrote us back and said, that's very interesting. Tell us more. They didn't tell you, wait, what are you doing? You're doing everything wrong. Like, no, stop it. Like, we have a protocol here. We have a way of doing things. No. They told us, that's very interesting. Tell us more. We want to hear from you. And little by slow, we've been weaving our lives, our abstinent lives, into services. I had no idea that service was so much fun, that there was going to be so much love in it, that we were going to learn so much in it. I'm going to tell you a quick story. We have done just two retreats face-to-face, one in Madrid and one in Mexico City. We're going to be in LA at the end of January if you want to join us, and then in Mexico City again in February. We have a bunch because we're just from fiesta to fiesta. And so I got a horrible resentment because I wanted to post a Mexican retreat on the website, and I couldn't, and I kept trying, and I kept trying, and I kept trying, and I couldn't, and I couldn't, and I couldn't. And I was very upset, and I said, this, like I started feeling like maybe these people don't want us very much. Maybe they think that they have a, migration problem in GSA, right? Because my mind is dark. My addict mind is dark and has a tendency to catastrophize everything, right? And I have these, dark, like I'm not good enough. This is bad. People are against me kind of mentality. And I decided that
3 minutes, Marcela, 3 minutes.
That we were unwanted. And then, to me, service was this anonymous, amorphous thing without a face. And I got the suggestion, why don't you get to know the person behind the service? The person, the compulsive overeater behind the service. Guys, it was the most magical thing that has ever happened to us in a while, right? I got to know the person behind the service. She told me her whole story of compulsive eating, her story of recovery, her love for GSA. She explained to me why she does the service and all the subtle difficulties of doing this specific service. And I cannot begin to tell you how much I love this person. I love her. I want to meet her. I want to hug her. I want to cook for her. I want to be her friend. I want her to come to my house. She sent me a picture of her kid, and we talk about her kid, and we're like this now. Why? Because we are connected, not with the problem. Not the problem didn't connect us. The solution connected us. The solution. And we have a solution in which we can agree. These days, I live my life by page 102 of the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous that says, we have been isolated long enough when we were fat, when nothing fit, when we were hungry, when we were fat and hungry, right? Enough of that, right? The food problem, gone. What is the problem now? The problem is, how do I increase the pleasure of this occasion? I am in my in-laws. I'm hiding in a little baby room. I told them I absolutely need a break. Downstairs, my in-laws are Italian. Downstairs, there's rivers of alcohol and mountains of Italian food. God bless them. May they enjoy their food. I have my backup dinner and my weigh and measure dinner that I planned carefully with my good sponsor this morning. I'm free. I'm happy. You know what I've been doing all these hours? I've been asking people, who are you? How is your day going? What makes you tick? What's your daily schedule? Who do you love? What can I do for you? That's what I've been doing. I've been trying to increase the pleasure of the occasion. Guys, I hope that something of what I have said today will make you curious to visit us in our Zoom meetings in Spanish. I hope that something of what I have said today moves you to do service. Service is a lot of fun. Don't miss the fun. And I very much hope that we will get together in April and celebrate the first 25 years of our blessed fellowship, which is the best place to be for a compulsive eater. And I don't know what else to say, so I'll be quiet now and I will listen. And with that, I'll pass.